I haven't seen anything blow up like this in terms of viral in quite some time. Like, this is crazy. Because Coldplay's touring through North America, and it's such a massive tour. Like you mentioned, they were up at Rogers Stadium for 4 days, and they were here so long. Chris Martin hated the stadium and then pretended he actually liked it by the end. But that is a pair of colleagues that clearly are having an affair. Allegedly, or certainly looks like there could be something going on there, and they get caught on the big screen. Chris Martin's like, hey, look at these two, and then it absolutely explodes online. Again, people are reporting that it might be a CEO and someone who works in HR, and they're both married. And obviously not married to each other. I mean, it's just the craziest scene. And basically, you outed yourself at a Coldplay concert. And to your point, Frankie, everyone is there. Like, there's someone you're going to run into that knows you there. Like, it's too big of a concert. It's too big of a pop culture moment. Now, this wasn't hearsay, hey, I saw John, and you wouldn't believe it. Now this is obviously gone online, and it's exploded, and it's everywhere. But, man, Coldplay, Chris Martin, you just turned both of their lives completely upside down. And there's no getting the horse back in the barn now. It's gone, and it is sprinting as fast as it can go.
The memes right now,
crazy,
with this are unbelievable. Like, I go on Twitter right now, and if I'm not on the following page, if I'm on the For You page, this is the only thing that exists in my timeline.
Same.
It's the only thing that's happening right now. Look there.
There's the Grappler tweeting that out. These Coldplay concerts are getting out of hand, and then people are posting like different pictures of people, and there's me and the O-Dog. That was actually on the Hug Cam down at Scotiabank. It wasn't Kiss Cam, but it was Hug Cam, and we were tipped off. Hey, it's coming. We're in the alumni box, and we're like, well, what are we supposed to do? Are we going to hug it out? And look how awkward O is. Like, O was so awkward, and I'm like, I'll go in for the half hug, like the shoulder grab and pat, let everyone know we're in on the act. But anyway, yeah, Coldplay, changing lives.
If you're having
no other way to put it.
You don't cuddle at a very public event.
Oh.
That's just it doesn't even make sense.
Right.
It's almost like you're asking to be busted. Like, just, okay, now everyone knows it's out there, right? Now our families know, our wives, husbands know. Like, that's what you quietly do on a beach in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Unless you're asking for it. Unless you're just
maybe.
Like, this is it.
Maybe.
We're going to do it, and the CEO's wife, she's going to be driving a new Porsche very soon because she's getting 50%.
Can you imagine going home after that
right now?
And being like, oh my God, on both sides. And what was the explanation for why the significant others couldn't go to Coldplay? That's another part of it I want. I've got to go. We got work tickets. I wish I couldn't go, but I have to. I got to bring people from work. It's like, yeah, okay, dude. Who are you kidding? All right, so more on Coldplay a little bit later this afternoon. We got Lawrence Applebaum coming up from Royal Portrush a little bit later in the hour, but we have a trade to announce. I sound like Jerry. The Maple Leafs have acquired Dakota Joshua from the Vancouver Canucks, I believe for a fourth-round pick. Is that right, JP? A fourth-round pick for Dakota Joshua.
Dakota Joshua coming home. He was drafted by Toronto.
He was drafted by the Leafs. I think he's a Michigan kid. I believe he was born in Michigan. But, yeah, he was drafted by the Leafs. And, he had health issues last year, obviously, that, delayed the start of his season. His numbers were not off the charts this past year. But the year before, he had a career year for him. He had a very good year, very productive year. But he could play center. He could play wing. He's a big guy. It's kind of like is this kind of like another Nicholas Waugh? Like, how would you describe, Joshua and what kind of role he's going to play for the Leafs?
He's, because we've been talking about what Brad Treliving says, like last year it was more snot, this year it's DNA that needs to change. This guy fits the mold of what Brad Treliving is talking about, and he can be a difference maker. Like 2 years ago, when he was there in Vancouver with Rick Tocchet, Tocchet was really hard on him. You need to be confrontational. You need to be a guy that makes people uncomfortable on the ice. And if you can do that, you can make a difference. And Dakota Joshua, to his credit, did that and had a really good season. He had like 18 goals and in 63 games, was half a point per game. But more importantly than that, it was the way that he played. He was a difficult player to play against. He was physical. He was abrasive. And so if you think about what Toronto is trying to do now, and how they're trying to turn over some of that DNA, yeah, I get it. It's not 102 points Mitch Marner. There's never going to be the one-for-one replacement, but they're trying to patch it up in a different way. And if he's healthy, he has that element of trying to make people uncomfortable on the ice with the way that he plays, how confrontational he is, how physical he is. So this is going to be this is a guy who fits a role in a really nice way for Toronto.
100%. That the 2 years ago, he was a really good player. He can skate, he can score, he can hit, and he's got a little bit of as you mentioned, kind of like that Marchand, Evander Kane kind of annoying presence on the ice. He's noticeable. I want to say he was with. Was it with what's that little guy that plays for Vancouver?
Blueger and Garland. It was their line.
Garland.
Joshua,
Garland.
Blueger, and Garland at that third line in Vancouver 2 years ago was one of the best in the league.
Really
third
good.
lines wise.
100%. Really good. So do you put him up beside, is it maybe Lawton or beside Nick Waugh, and try to get that going again, right? And just the other day we were talking about the third line or the bottom six for the Leafs. I think this adds something there. I think he can score, he can hit, he can be a lot of things. Now, what is his cap? Is it like $3 or $4 million?
It's in the high threes. Yeah. It's just under 4.
So which player are you getting? Was it the player 2 years ago or last year? Last year, as you mentioned, I think he actually had testicular cancer.
He did,
right? And the treatment really, and that would have thrown his, just all that, emotionally, not to mention physically, what that does. I don't think he ever got on track, but coming home and be energized. I like this kind of, for a fourth round pick, that's not much to give for a guy that I think could bring that to this middle of the lineup, maybe of what they need.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't quite figure it out from Vancouver's standpoint. Again, he had a down year last year. They had a down year collectively. Maybe it's a cap dump. I would guess they have something else cooking. Maybe they're in on someone else, or they have a couple of other things coming, and they had to unleash somebody. But for a fourth rounder in 2028. Again, I'm, I guess, a little bit surprised another team wouldn't step in and offer that and possibly bring him in. Again, because he's 6'3", he's 29 years old. He's Nick Waugh's 6'3" and shoots right. Joshua's 6'3" and shoots left. Can play center. It is going to be interesting. These are clearly bottom 6 players. This is not a guy who's going to play on the wing with Tavares or Matthews or whatever. Up front, it's going to be Matthews and Nyes, Tavares and Nylander, and they're going to figure out who else is going to play with them.
Michelli's got to be up there.
Michelli will be one of them.
Think.
Maybe it's Max Domi is another one. They're going to work that out. But I think in the bottom 6, you mentioned Lawton. Joshua, Lawton, Waugh, you've got 3 veteran guys who I think can play center. They can play the wing if need be. I think this is a precursor to David Kampf clearly not being a part of the team in the future. I don't think that would surprise anybody. He didn't play in the playoffs, but they're going to have to find a way to unload that.
Calle Yarncroke.
Yeah, is Yarncroke going to be a part of this?
Dakota Joshua fills more of a role, a clearly defined role that makes your team harder to play against than Calle Yarncroke. Yarncroke's he's a versatile guy.
Do you think he'll play center, Frank, or do you think he'll play up? Could you see a scenario where it's Matthews, Tavares, Waugh, Joshua? That's your 1, 2, 3, 4 up the middle.
Could be. Yeah, it could give you flexibility. You could go Lawton, you could go Joshua. I think when he was playing his best in Vancouver, Blueger was the center. And it was Garland, Blueger, and Joshua. So in my mind, I see him coming in